What's going on, ladies and germs? So, today, I'm going to do side 2 of this knife. Sand it down. And then we'll glue a handle on here. And shape it out. You know what I mean? We'll go through that process. And I'm going to take you along with me while I do this. Maybe you got nothing else to do, man, you know? You got nothing else to do. You can watch old Knifemaker Mike make a knife. Or at least part of the process. Because the process takes, I don't know, could take a day, 2 days, or more, depending on the size of the knife, of course. But mine are usually a day or two, maybe. Unless I get to doing something else. But glad you're here. If it gets boring, fast forward. But as always, leave a comment. And hopefully you'll enjoy my channel and you'll subscribe. That way I can keep making more videos. And maybe somebody will find me on YouTube, go to my website, Knifemaker Mike, and you know, buy a knife from me. Because ultimately, that is the goal. I posted one up today, that one I made yesterday. I took it inside, but the one I made in the last video, I'm calling it El Vaquero. El Vaquero! Which is, I don't know, the name translate in English to as a cowboy. So go check it out. It's affordable, you know, for a handmade knife. You gotta get Walmart price off the brain. It ain't gonna happen, bruh. You're not going to Academy here, you know. So if you're not into spending a little bit of money, you want to get a cheap knife, go ahead, go to Walmart. But all my knives are handmade, handcrafted right here in Texas. Make them in my garage. And I'd like to do this full time, you know. Well, after our original business which is, believe it or not, we make pickles. Mr. Wally's Pickles, go check it out. MrWallys.com. I make pickles for a living. My wife's over there right now making them. She's really the workhorse of the whole operation, but she keeps it going, you know. I don't know if you ever made pickles before, but dang, it's kind of a boring deal, you know. Stuff in a jar with a cucumber. But my wife enjoys doing it. She's good at it. And I really think it's, you know, the money aspect of it. Our pickles are pretty good. We sell a lot of them. And you know, that's how we make a living. But I like making things, creating. And pickles is creating, sure, but you do the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over. Not just once, and it's the same thing over and over and over. It loses some of its luster for me. Although sometimes we don't have a choice, right? You gotta make it. You gotta do what you gotta do to make money in this world. And I like to tell my wife, thank goodness for you, because thank goodness for her, because she's got a little more patience for that sort of thing, I guess. She'll go every day, all day long, never take a day off or any breaks. But anyway, so far I've sanded this down right now to this is like a 40 grit. Get all those big scratches out, any big dents in there. Make them all even. Take a look see. There. You can see that. I love that hard line right there. We'll take it next to 100 grit, then 220, and we'll see what it looks like at 220. All right. See you in a minute. All right, so we're here at 220 grit, and that looks pretty good. What do you think? 300 coming up. I'm gonna dunk it in ferric chloride. It's gonna be black, but we'll take it to 300. We'll go 300 on both sides, and then we'll put a handle on this puppy, as they say, on this bad boy. Okay, here it is. 320 grit. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna stop there, do the other side, and then we'll dip it in some ferric chloride, see what it looks like. Okay, I'm back. I didn't go anywhere, but here I am. This is hand sanded down to 320. Right? It's pretty good, right? You can see very few scratches and stuff. But what I'm going to do right now is let it sit in ferric chloride for about, I don't know, 5 minutes maybe. We'll give it 5 minutes and see what it looks like. I cleaned it off with some Windex alcohol. We'll be back. I'm watching the ancient tribes that settled the Americas. Talking about Clovis points and stuff. That's pretty cool. So here I am. Check it out. I don't know if you can see how dark this actually is. Does that help? So this part turns kind of gray, but it's darker along the hardened edge, see? See that? I'll give you a different view here in a minute. You wipe it down. There we go. Here's what it looks like after dipping it in the ferric chloride. Other side. think it looks good. We'll leave it like that, and then, like I said, put some holes in it, scales, and by the end of the episode, I'd like to have a handle on it, and then we can show it off. What do you think? Well, excuse me, but I don't know, man. I just trying to learn how to use this GoPro, and for the most part, I got it down. But like right now, it's auto uploading. So I don't know if I'm on the camera, but I really want you to see this. Me working on this, gluing up this handle here. Gluing up these scales to the handle. So what I did was 3 holes. What I'm gonna do is tape this part down. I see a lot of people doing all kind of different ways, but I've done this, and I don't know where I learned it, somewhere on YouTube. But it works every time. I mean, maybe it's the wrong way, I don't know, but it's been working for me. So I keep doing it. I've tried other ways, and I just, either it's off center or whatever, but I just cut some little, while I was off camera, cut some little 2x5 scales, and what I do is take it to the bandsaw and I cut them in half and then work on the back side of it. So I was able to cut 3 little pieces like this, and then I have like 3 more. So a big, probably 24-inch or more piece of rosewood was cost $60, but I can get maybe 3, 6, 12, maybe 12 to 15 knives out of it. That's pretty good. What does that come out to? 12 divided by 6, or what is it? 12 handles. 12 into 60. So roughly $5. Right? $5 or so. I suck at math. But I'm gonna tape this down. By the way, y'all play fantasy football? Well, I play, like I said, I mentioned before that I play with my family, and I'm only in one league. I don't get all crazy. But seems like every time I get a guy and put him in my team, he gets injured. It's like I curse him. It's the curse. I put it in our group chat that Taysom Hill, tight end from New Orleans, he suffers from the Mike picked him up and started him on his fantasy football league syndrome. He's out for the season. And he just came back from injury. I had Chris Godwin, he's out. A kicker from Kansas City. How in the heck does a kicker get injured? I don't know. But well, I do know. He got injured because he was my kicker for my fantasy football team. Who else's kicker gets injured? I'm cursed in the fantasy football world. Man. And if they're not injured, they're on a bye week or something. So, whatever. So here we go. You take one piece, of course, make sure it's flat, and glue it like this. Now, I like to mark it off like so with a point, and then wherever that next one is, like that. Take it to the drill press. And then I'm going to put this one back on here like this. And be right back. Then being right back, I'll take you with me. So maybe you can see this. I don't know. Hopefully you can. There it is. I'll take this side, put it on here. Right there. You could leave it like that, but I'm gonna put a little extra tape over here somewhere. Well, okay, bigger piece. You don't have to use blue tape. You can use regular masking tape. But you know, they got me over there at they got me at the Home Depot. You walk by those big bins, and they're like, buy now, $4 for 3 rolls of blue tape. So they got me. What they always get me with is every time I go, they have these big bins. They have these things, 99 cents for a clip. So, you know, probably have like 10 of these things. They work. They're a lot of good. They're good for this right here. If you wanted to do that, or holding leather pieces together. I'm always a sucker for those. But anyway, so what I'm gonna do now is this. Other side. Right. I'm going to take the drill bit all the way to this side, and then we'll make some pins. Alright, so I'm back. Made it through both sides. Alright. Cut it open. Sometimes we use a rectangular piece of scale, and you don't know which side is which or which way it goes, so what I like to do is mark it with an arrow going this would be the base, that's the top, this is the top side over here. Oh, backwards. Top meaning the spine, right? The top. And then inside. This is kind of hard to mess up because I already semi-carved it out. But sometimes when you're using a regular rectangular piece, you might go like this and oh, now what? You know which way? And then I've done it before. If you make knives, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, oops, it'll be backwards, and then you can start all over. You don't want to do that. Because more work, more time, and time is money in the end. What else is new? Y'all follow the Dallas Cowboys? Freaking guys. You never know what they're going to do, man. But lately, everybody's all excited, but I don't know if you pay close attention. It's not even the offense really that's scoring touchdowns. It's a defense, man. It's like pick sixes and pick sixes and kickoff returns and stuff for touchdowns, which is awesome. But you know, if only the offense could just march down the field like they used to back in the day, back in '95, you know. We all wish for those days again. If you're a Cowboy fan, you're like, yeah, well, we're long removed from those days. And I don't see us getting back there anytime soon, TBH. So, I'm going to try to find a brass pin. I think this is the right one, the right size. This is a little smaller than the drill bit that I'm using, but it's okay. As long as it's not too small. Because, of course, the epoxy will fill it up, and then you pin them a little bit, and I'm going to do this again. I already did it like 3 times. Because everything is A-okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I take this, take the blade and the 2 pieces of wood, and I'm going to measure just like this here. That's the approximate width of the entire deal. And I'm going to mark it. Mark it right here. And usually I'll mark it on the table right where I'm at, the length of it. I'm going to make 3 pins out of it. And if I was more efficient, I would do this over and over. Like some people cut their brass into pins, like into sections, pre-cut, and they keep them in a little organized drawer and stuff. That would be ideal. That's what my wife would do probably. But maybe if I sold a bunch of knives and had a big deal going on, but I'm a one knife at a time kind of guy. You know? That's why I can't find my head from my... Sometimes. Like right now I'm looking for this tip cover. Cover of the knife, the cover of the pen. The marker, where is it? Okay. I cut some pins. 3 of them actually. And when you cut a pin, they always have a little burr edge on there, and that makes it hard for it to go in the hole because they catch on the wood. So I'm just going to grind these little ends down. Because I used to make all my knives on this 1 by, what is it, a 1 by 30? I should grind out my knives on that thing in the beginning. It took forever. Then I got the big one, 2 by 72. Is it? Yeah, 2 by 72. I'd like to get one that is that one just goes. It goes fast, 1,000,000 RPMs, and there's no adjustable speed. So eventually, I'd like to buy one that has a variable speed on it. So, you know, sometimes you don't want to be going 100 miles an hour in that thing. You want to just go up there and just like that. If you can imagine what that means. If you make knives, you know what I'm talking about. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these pieces. Well, I'm going to fit it up, right? Fit the knife up. But you always want to fit it up and dry fit because, well, you want to make sure it fits before you actually go in and try to glue it up, and then you put the pins in, and you're like, oh no, it won't. You've seen them on Forge and Fire. You've seen them. It won't fit, and then you're screwed. So just right now, I try to put them in backwards again. See, I sure did. Maybe you can't see, but put them in here like this. All right. Make sure everything fits good. Like that, and when it comes time, be good to go. Like that. Everything works. And another reason I'm doing this is to... Actually, what I wanted to do is this. You put them in like this, and you put this on top, and now, oh, look what I found. Haha, when you ain't looking, that's when you find your stuff. I thought that was a goner for this guy. This guy's over. His knife was over. So what I'll do is I'll take the knife, the handle, and kind of picture where I would like it to finish. Some people put them real high up on the handle like that. I don't think I like that. I like it to be more further back a little bit. So about right there. So I'll mark it here, mark it on the back side, and kind of go like this here. Marking it. And I usually put a little oval or round, a little round edge to it like that. That always looks nice to me. So right now, I'm gonna put these pins back in here without the blade. Bear with me. I'm gonna put this piece of tape down like this. Right here. Oh. Okay, maybe not. And then I'm gonna put this on here, like that, so they don't fall out while I'm shaping that front edge. I know this seems kind of weird. Yeah. Right? You don't have to leave the pins in there. I guess you could just tape it together. Like so. Just make sure they're lined up, you know. Make sure they don't move when you're grinding that front edge. What I want to do is take this this front piece right here and actually sand it down to the shape that I want it to be, because sanding this part down after you've glued it on the knife is really hard to do. You can do it, but it's not as easy as if you did it before. So I'm going to take this over to the big grinder, and you can either do it on the little one, but I have it all set up over there with it's faster than the big one. So I'm going to go over there and do that. I keep forgetting I have this GoPro, so I'm going to take you with me again. All right. Taking you with me. Did I turn it on? Yeah. All right. We're back. We're back for more. I got the fan on, sorry. But it's like my ventilation system. How I blow away the off the pin in this nasty ass water right here. Disgusting. So if you're smart, also you'll score your pins before you cut them up. I'm having to do it after because I just have too many things I'm thinking about the camera and what I'm gonna do next, and I forget to do stuff. But this gives it a little bit of tooth. And there they are. 3 pins. Probably the hard way, but whatever. Got it down. Now I'm ready to, believe it or not, ready to glue up. Ready to glue up. So I'm going to take this tape off, clean this with alcohol, so these two, and then we'll glue them up. Yeah! Great. Cleaned all the grease off. Sanded this off, making some additional tooth. I'm cracking myself up over here. Tooth. Today I'm using DEFCON Home, like epoxy resin and DEFCON Home 5-minute epoxy. 5-minute epoxy, 1,500 pounds per square inch strength. Cures quicker, holds stronger. 1 hour cure time, 8 to 10 minutes set time. Right now it's really cold though. So I'm gonna put it in front of the heater a little bit, let it get it more runny, and then I'll be right back. This is my my setup for warming up my epoxy. See, the space heater. Got my little epoxy bottles. Took the tops off because I didn't one time and they started popping off. We'll give it about, I don't know, 5 minutes. And see how it's moving here in a minute. Okay guys, I only have a little bit of time left on my SD card, so I gotta make this quick here. Got my scales ready, pins, knife, glue. Oh, okay. Yeah. I don't know how I forgot to do this. I gotta mix the glue. It's a 50-50 mix here. And I just kind of eyeball it. That's probably too much, but whatevs. Oh, and I buy these little paint brushes on eBay. They're super cheap. They're like classroom brushes, you know. Not those. I don't like those. But they're classroom brushes. Mix it up. I'll be right back. Yeah, so once you start mixing it, it starts getting hot. I don't know if you ever mixed epoxy before, but it starts getting warm. It's not gonna burn you, but. So what I do is mix it up real good. Set it down here. I like to get my pins, kind of coat them in the stuff and put it on the bottom side. Twist it in there real good. Do the next pin. Twist it real good so the glue's inside the hole. You know what I mean? Same thing again here. And now I'll take the brush. And you gotta kind of work kind of quick because you only have 5 minutes, but it starts hardening up before 5 minutes sometimes. So you gotta work fast. I like to coat the pins with it and also. Get a nice good even coat. And if you want to, you can paint this part, especially around the neck and around any small protruding areas. All right, see how it's kind of setting up already on me. So put that one on here. There we go. Now do this side. Make sure you get that neck area real good, because that's the one that shows the most. You don't want your neck showing, man. What should I name this video? I never know what to call them. Y'all can help me out with that. How to what? Or should I call it tooth? Something crazy like that, I don't know. But do this side. Get all the goodies. That. And then I'm going to flip it over like here. Even up the pins. And I got these 2-inch C-clamps. I'll clamp it down. And you don't want to clamp the crap out of it where you're squeezing all the glue out. But you want to make it tight, you know. You don't want to glue all the glue. You don't want to squeeze all the glue out of there. Take it easy, you know what I mean? Just give it a good like that. Can you translate how many pounds per square inch that was? That much. And normally I like to put this on the end piece, but since I cut it down, I'm just gonna go here like that. And the more cleanup you can do right now on the glue, especially right in this area, the easier it'll be to clean up later. So get that out of there. Get this out of here. I like to take all this out like this. See how the glue squeezes out, but you don't want to take out too much of that. You don't want to squeeze it all out between the... You want some glue to be in there, you know? So, JB Weld. Y'all, let me know about JB Weld. Is it it's just colored epoxy, isn't it? Or is there something special about JB Weld? I'm not trying to bad talk, I'm just saying, is it? It's a 2-part epoxy, I think it is, but it's colored, right? Or does it have like heat resistant, does it have some kind of heat resistance in it? I'm not sure. But anyway, that's a different topic, I suppose. So there it is, all glued up. I think that's going to be it for this video for right now. Until I can clean up some space on my GoPro there. And meanwhile, this is going to harden up. It'll be about an hour or maybe 2, and then I'll come back and we'll sand it down and make it look for the 4th time. Okay.
So things coming back in the bonus rounds.
Okay, I took it to the grinder, basic shape, and I want to give it some details with the hand sanding it and making dolls. This is rosewood. It looks like here in a minute. All right, so to give this the curves and little details I like. Dremel. I mean, this is not a Dremel. I bought one of these from Harbor Freight, maybe 2 or 3 years. And it was only like 30 bucks. I mean, it's worth it, you know. I put it through a lot too. Pretty much every time I make a knife. Recommend it. Chicago sponsor. It's pretty good for the money, especially. You can use Dremel in the front. It's great. Anyway, work a little bit and then mainly do most of it offline. What's going on, guys? I'm here working on this handle, and I was thinking, like, I guess every knife maker thinks about how much is my knife worth, you know. And I listen to a lot of different knife makers and watch a lot of knife makers on YouTube. And they always talk about, you know, don't diminish the quality of your, or the value of your knife, or price your knives what they're worth, you know. And as I'm sitting here going with my hand, you know, it's because I enjoy doing it. It's a lot of hard work. You need to go out there and this knife for $100, which some people might say, are you crazy? I can get a knife online for 40 bucks. I guarantee it wasn't made by somebody in the United States. Made proper. Sometimes those knives, I don't know. I don't want to say nothing bad about those people. They got a business going, whatever. But I mean, look at hand sanding the handle of this knife is going to be. Time out. My son's calling me.